I'm Tamika Cody, Managing Editor of Accounting Today. Joining us is Brian Amon, founder and CEO of the specialty tax firm TaxOps. Brian is here to shed some light on the importance of entrepreneurship in the accounting profession. Brian, thanks for joining us.
You bet. Glad to be here.
Great. I want to know, why is it so important that accountants have to become more entrepreneur?
Yeah, I think to answer that, you first have to kind of understand what being entrepreneurial means, because there's some misconceptions. I think a lot of people associate the term with, the kind of the wild risk taker, the gambler, or the dreamer that's, off in a million different directions, and that really doesn't fly in our kind of calculated, risk-averse world. But being entrepreneurial really means having a spirit and a mindset. And that spirit, people who have that spirit have a passion for driving a preferred future, and that passion drives innovation and vision that leads to greater value. They are risk takers to an extent because they take significant ownership and assume significant risk for the positive outcomes that they're trying to create. And that could be a better workplace or a better client experience, just a better mousetrap. But as a profession, I think we have to be more entrepreneurial because we're competing with other more entrepreneurial industries for the right talent. So we have to be able to continue to attract the right people to the profession, and people make decisions early on as to whether they're going to be a software engineer or an accountant. Mm-hmm. And we have to be more innovative and entrepreneurial to make sure that we're attracting the attention of the right people.
Right. So what is the main thing that the accountants will get out of this if they become more entrepreneurial? It's
the competitive edge that that keeps us moving forward. I think, if you look at that business life cycle, that curve, we've got to stay on the good side of it. And on the good side of it, the upside, we're constantly looking at things going, what can this be? Once we get up to the top of it, we're looking at it and it's like, what it is today. Mm-hmm. And once we do that, we slide down the back of the curve. So it's, entrepreneurship and innovation that's on the good side of that business life cycle, and it's bureaucracy and BS, I guess, that's on the downside of that curve. So it's competitive advantages, competitive edges that keeps us growing and moving in the right direction.
For all the accountants out there who are not on this entrepreneurial path, why do you think that they haven't caught on yet?
If you divide all people into just two broad categories, we're either rule makers or rule followers, right? And accountants by nature tend to be rule followers. That's why we're attracted to the profession in the first place, right? It's rule-based, and we've got GAAP, we have ASC, we have the tax code. And so accountants tend to be these steady, conscientious, rule-based types to begin with. And then we follow that up with years of education and training on how to follow those rules. Mm-hmm. And none of that lends itself well to being, the entrepreneurial, spirited rule challenger, rule breaker, rule maker.
So Brian, that was very insightful, and we thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Got it.